Hi friends, I want to share with you a little bit about what I learned last couple weeks. I went down to Provo and I visited a LGBT youth resource center called Encircle. It's an operation that can use all of our support that we can give it. It's phenomenal. The work that they're doing is just really life-changing, life-saving. Anyway, Encircle is a house that was started down in Utah to provide a resource for LGBT youth and their families in response to the dramatic suicide rate happening down in Utah. LGBT youth who come out and are rejected by their family have 8 times greater risk of suicide. And that just hurts my heart. I think we owe these kids more. People ask, well, when you work with LGBT youth and family, what's your goal? And the fact of the matter is, I don't have an external goal. The only goal is for the individual to find personal congruence, to find reconciliation with the LDS faith and their emerging sexuality, and find personal congruence, and where it's possible to find support within the family for that person's journey. And it looks different for everybody, and people try different things and it works for a while, or it doesn't work for a while and they try some new things. And so there's not a 6-week program for these kids and their families. It's often an ongoing understanding of love and support. And the point really is to help save their life, even if that life looks much different than what we as parents had envisioned for them. And that's the work that the parents have to come through. I was talking to Lisa Hansen. She's a clinical director at Encircle. She's amazing. And she said, you know, one of the best things we can do, the best tools we can give these kids and their parents, the top way we can help to stop this suicide phenomenon that's happening within our LDS culture is to give these kids a livable future, to help them see and envision a livable future for themselves. Because they've been raised in a culture where each age is stamped with an expectation that marks their success and their acceptability within the community. Serving a mission, being married, having kids, all these things. And when their sexual self is emerging, they realize those things become difficult, and they've never envisioned a successful future aside from what the LDS culture has laid out. And so we have to help build for them a desirable and livable alternative future. And that's one of the many things that we can do to help preserve their lives. This thought that's just been going over and over in my head that is kind of becoming a mantra for me, and maybe it can for you, is that our children's standing in the church should never influence their standing in our family. You know, and I'm hoping to kind of spur this new cultural expectation within the LDS church, and especially LGBT youth and their families, this idea of radical inclusion for our children as a family value. It's a big idea, and I'm really passionate about that, about radical inclusion as a family value, that nobody standing in the church should affect their standing in our family. It's a big shift in thinking, but I think it's really necessary as we tackle these ideas about how are we going to save these kids' lives and how are we going to preserve their family relationships. So I'm passionate about that. If that's something I can help you with in your family, please contact me. I'd love to work with you. And just put these thoughts in the back of your mind, see where you land with them. But I wanted to share that with you today. Thanks.